Hello. Okay, I think I'm ready to go. Today, we're going to be doing Cali Move Week 2. Let's see, is it Calisthenics? Calisthenics, Cali Move Week 2, day 1 and 4. So I'm going to be trying to do a couple. I'm going to try and do a couple days. As you see here, the way you switch to the left, it's basically my entire. That's what I did last time. That was day 1 of last week. Difference is I'm doing 2 sets today, and they don't have 5 to 10 minute break in the middle. They have 30-second breaks in the middle, and then day 2 is pretty much what day 2 was last week. Well, yesterday or 2 days ago when I did it, but it's day of week 1. It's day 2 of week 1, done with 2 sets again and a short break. So this is an actual workout, not designed to be just for testing. So for week 1 was technically a test week. Its purpose was that it was just to say, okay, well, where are you? How do you feel? How does this work for? Where are you in the overall process? You know, are you like totally out of shape, and are you going to be able to do any at all? Are you going to have to start slow and do all of the minor? He actually has on all these workouts. He being just today, just telling me, I get 2 guys that could do this. Now, calisthenics, if you don't know, are all about body strength, body weight strength, things that you can do with your body without using weights. This is things like the planche hold, the plank, the hanging plank, the hanging plank, and then muscle ups and human flagpole and handstands from pushing yourself into a handstand without actually using a wall or momentum. These are all things that you see people do, and you're like, oh man, that's amazing. One hand push-ups, all that stuff. This is all calisthenics. This is all things that are body weight strength. Now, I can do very few of those things. Very few. I can't do any of the major ones. I mean, I might go do a muscle up. I don't know. I don't even know where I have a bar that lets me do a muscle up without smacking my head on the the pull-up stuff at the gym is either got a big crossbar so your hands are on the wrong side, or it doesn't. They're hand holds that don't actually allow for you to roll over the top. So I don't think there's even one at my gym. Much less at home here. My pull-up bar would let me if I had a super tall roof, but I didn't. So I can't actually even do that. So yeah, it's difficult for me to do it, but I can still train for it. And when I go to the gym, I do things like pull downs and where you move the whole body and try to get there. So there are ways to get weights involved, might accelerate your strength if you're already pretty strong using it. Doing things like a one-legged squat. Now I'm talking about, they call them something like a pipe squat or something, where you actually go to the ground with your butt and your ankle are touching each other, and then you push it. A lot of people can do one-legged squats to some extent. I mean, if you're in fairly good shape, you might be able to do maybe a 90% squat, where your leg bends to a 90-degree angle, which is kind of about where I'm at, but I can't go farther. I don't have the strength or even the balance. But again, this is all about balance. This is building up all those muscles. This is a 90-week course. 90 weeks, which is technically 2 years long. Some things I can accelerate because early on in these I'm probably capable, but I'm not totally sure how far and how long I'll be able to do that. I don't expect it's going to be all that long, to be honest. I'm not the most fit when it comes to the body strength stuff. So we're going to go week 1 and 2. We're going to go here. I don't think he shows it. I don't know if you're going to go here and change the name. Oh, let me Let me share my screen here. I am probably a tad. I'm trying to find the best place to do these things. Just make it other thing I want to do. I know sometimes I like to spare you my setup, but I haven't been working out at home time lately, and as a result, I'm still a little disorganized. I'm teaching myself how to do it again. I haven't been doing streams from home in a while, and I'm a little discombobulated. As I try to get more and more in here, try to make it look more and more professional, and try to provide more and more information on the screen. This is all stuff I used to provide all the time when I was doing this, but as you can see, I've forgotten to do these things, set them up correctly, so yeah, I don't know for sure how this is going here. Let's go send this command real quick. It's working. Okay, so is it popping up on screen? Maybe not. Right. Let's see, do I even have that highlighted? So maybe it's underneath this one. Yep, there it is. Go ahead and pop this up there. I don't think it's going to be in the way, so just stick it in the corner. And yeah, we'll just do that. Hopefully I'm not too cluttered up, and we will be able to kind of get going from here. I'm not showing you all of the actual Cali stuff. Got this performance overlay showing up, and I must have turned it on somehow, and I have no idea what I did. So, okay, I will be showing you what these workouts are. I'm not actually going to show you a lot of the videos and a lot of the stuff that this thing does, because I don't want to be sharing content, but ultimately, I'm going to kind of give you the idea of what the workouts are, and if you want to see them done correctly, you want to see exact form, you want to see how this guy does it, you're going to have to invest. Does it? I will occasionally share a video or so. I'll try to do it correctly, of course, but I gotta get started. So I'm hoping to do this within an hour. If I can, I'm gonna do both sets, so both workouts. This is essentially the same, like I said, as week 1 and 2. I could actually do this. Let's go copy. Copy the calendar. And then what I'll do is I'll change edit it. Let's see. Week. Week. 2 is 1 is 1. I'm going to put both of these as day 1 and 2. So really, it's the same. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoops. Did the wrong one. Yeah, that would probably explain why I didn't have any text in here yet. It's week 1. It's actually week 2, 0, and 2. Okay. So this is essentially the same thing. What I'm going to do this time, though, is on this one, I'm going to go, I'm going to link the first items. Let's go ahead and see what they are. They're the pike hold, which I put at the top, and then it's the body row. Um, oh, this is inverted row, same thing, I guess. Body row lunge, body row lunge is close enough, and hollow body crunch, which I don't know, 2 count leg up crunches. Okay, slightly, I mean, they're slightly named different, but that's what they are. This is 2 sets. We're going to set this up right away. We're going to add 1 set and go like that. And I think that's going to do it. It should set them all up as 2. Yep. That workout. Hey, Rue. Hey, Rue. I can't see your name yet. I don't have the text on. Your turn. How you doing? Is it faint? Is it my how's that? Is that a little bit a little better? Hopefully it's hopefully am I just not talking loud enough? Um, it's showing that I've gotten about 3/4 volume. I don't really have a higher volume at that max. I could try to put in an extra headset if you think that'll do anything. Put on. I don't know what'll happen if I put on the second headset. We can plug it in and find out. See if either one of these guys wants to work. Unfortunately, it's the loudest I can get right now for that headset. I don't like to wear both earbuds most of the time, but let's see if this helps. It could simply be that this is a better mic. I don't know. And it could be a matter of getting it synced up. So, let me try and change mics here. It's kind of a challenge to get these hooked up correctly. This is a weird headset, but I don't use it for much other than I need to have How's that? Is that a little bit better? It does seem to go a lot louder, doesn't it? It does seem to go a lot louder, so we'll try and use that one. That one has a higher volume range. It looks like the mic must be a little bit stronger. Okay, so hopefully that does the trick. I gotta get started though. Okay, good. Glad to hear it. All right, so yeah, so it must just be that the mic on the left earbud is not as good. So I switched over to my right earbud. I used the right earbud. I thought it was a little bit better, but I left it off the charger all night, but it's been sitting there for like an hour now, so it should be fine. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Cali workout. Um, we'll start with, oops, yeah, we're good. Pike holds. Now, the way I did pike holds yesterday, I didn't want to do them on my bench. It's a little, I find my bench to be a little low. I wanted them to be a little higher because the way he has pike holds, looks like he's doing them about 30 inches off the ground, where his feet are at least 30 inches. A chair is maybe 24 inches. He's got a pretty big box. I'm going to try and do it correctly. Now, the idea, ideally, is that I'm going to be straight down with my back. Like, I'll be like this, and then my feet will be on the chair. I don't know if I can get to that level. It's actually quite difficult, to be honest. Um, let's just have we'll use Alexa. I'm right. I've got 2 cameras here, as you can see. I'm right in front. When I'm in the middle here, I'm going to be on both cameras. When I'm
off to one way or the other if I'm back here where I'm supposed to be on the mat, but I have to use this chair here. All right, Alexa, set stopwatch.
Okay, stopwatch started.
Okay, now this is actually pretty difficult, I will say. You're supposed, I think it says 40 to 80 seconds. Now I can't tell how straight I am. I'm trying to be as straight as possible. I know he's got his head like between his arms. Alexa, stop, stopwatch.
Okay, stop at 57 seconds.
57 seconds. Okay, let's see how long it said to do it for. 50 to 80 seconds. Hopefully I had good form. I don't know. It's really hard to test to see my form when I'm there. I do have to log that now. 57 seconds. Could I have gone longer? Maybe. Boy, you could definitely feel that. I'm telling you right now, that's actually quite challenging. I will have to do a second set of that. We're going to do body rows now. Now I'm supposed to do 15 to 25. These are 2 counts. We'll be doing those. I bought these guys, but I'm a little worried that they don't. I'm afraid I don't want to whack my head because I got steel over here, and I whack my head. Um, I've got. If I can't pull them out farther, yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work. The way I did it yesterday is I just used these bars, which I might have to, but I was hoping I can get a lower position on these. We'll see. Let's see what kind of pressure. I want to get in position where I'm not whacking my head. Okay, let's try this. This is the lowest you can go with body rows. And that's kind of the goal. I have to do 15 to 25. I'm pretty sure I can do my full body. But see, the thing is, I'm going to slide. That's that's part of the problem. I'm going to slide back, and I'm going to end up whacking my head. I can just feel it coming. So yeah, so my head slides back, and then I go smack right on the thing. I'm gonna have to. Those aren't gonna work. Not for this. I'm gonna have to switch over and just use the parallel bars. I was hoping these would give me some length, but here's another problem. Yes, I could pull it out, but my pull-up bar is not attached. Is not attached to the ground. So if I pull this way at all, I'll tip it over. So it's not ready. And I don't know how to attach it yet. I have to decide how I can do it without like drilling holes in the concrete floor. All right, let's just do this. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 3. 1, 2, 1, 4. 2, 1, 5. 1, 2. 21. Yeah, I feel like I did the full 25 last time, but that actually got kind of hard. I have to do another set anyway. I'm only supposed to be doing 30-second breaks. So I log 135 because I feel like, about a quarter of my weight is probably lying on the ground there, maybe more. I did. It says here I did 20 last time. So what did I do? 21? So that's more. Woohoo! Apparently that's the most I've done on that. I don't think I've ever done it on here. I've done that particular one. Uh, so I'm using dumbbell rear lunges only because I want to have the ability to add weight if I choose to at some point. But all this is step back lunges. This is body weight. Um, Doing 25 of these takes a long time. I have to do 50 of them, so all right, we could only see you from the front camera, so it was hard to tell. Oh, that's true. Again, it's going to be hard to get all the cameras. Hard. The side camera was higher than you. Um, yeah, like I said, it's going to be hard to get all the cameras in good places. That camera, um, if I make it too wide, I'm too far away. And if I make it too, it's just getting all of the cameras in useful locations. So, um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I would do. I don't know how I would do a better position, but I'll have to work on something. I don't know. I haven't figured it out. Okay, so let's get to the next thing. So this is just step back lunges. That's all this is. Thing is, I've been running a lot lately, and my left foot is kind of tenderized. It's been kind of sore, so see, ideally I should probably be turned so you could see I can show form. Now his is one count, so this is really just back and forth. There's no particular. You're not really changing your pace. You're just trying to do proper form, back straight, and don't lose count because you're only doing well. So these are supposed to be rep maxes, right? So in theory, if I do 25, I'm doing 50 because I count each leg. You're not doing a rep until you've done both, right? So both legs. I think I'm about 12 right here, maybe 13, 14, 15, 16. So when I do these, I try to make this leg, the front leg, do all the work. I'm trying not to push off with the back leg. Because this isn't about your ability to push yourself back up, other than to bring yourself forward. But if you tighten your butt, it's going to pull you forward. And engage the quads, it should lift you up. And I should be about, what, 21? Can't talk. Can't talk. .24-ish. Again, this is supposed to be a max workout. So if I go to 25 and I can keep going, I'm going to. Just because the point is, you're supposed to be getting pretty close to your max. The 15 to 25 rep max is the goal of your maximums. So you have to figure out ways to make it more difficult to get yourself in that 15 to 25 rep max. And this is why I put the lunges on a weighted thing. So it's weighted step back lunges, so that I can maybe add 20 pounds or wear a vest, which is 20 pounds, or 30 pounds if I max it out. I don't know how many I did, 35 or 40, but I need to add weight, so I'm not doing so many. Takes too long. I'll say 40 again, why not? Two count leg up crunches. Okay, so these are actually crunch holds. You can see in the little picture there what I'm doing are going to be hollow body crunches. Oh, no, that's fair. Yeah, I'll try to get cameras worked out. There's only so many angles I can get in the room now. Yeah, that's that's it. That's I count. I can't count. When I'm doing exercise, my brain gets distracted and I end up going, and then I feel like I'm around 17, 18, 19, and I say, oh, I want to focus now. And then around 22, I'm like, am I on 23? Yeah, I'm a. It's not. So that's why I said I think I did about 40. I know I could have done 40. I wasn't done. I just once I get to the higher numbers, once I get up into the 20 or 30 range, I'm just bored. It's time to. All right, let's. Now this is a hollow. What did it say? Hollow body hold? It's not reps. Oh no, it's reps. Okay, so these are two counts. 1, 2 up, 1, 2 down. This will eventually turn into. This is like I say. This is week 1. This will eventually turn into full hollow body things like this, or where you're up like this. This is a hollow body hold, or you're just trying to stay up. But this is trying to get you. Week 1 is just trying to get you in shape. And to be honest, I hate crunches. Not because it hurts my stomach, but because my back gets weird. And by weird, I mean, it doesn't, not like it's getting injured, but because it gets this weird achy feeling. And it's probably just because it's out of shape. But ultimately, the goal here is to keep your back flat on the ground. You should feel no, what do you call it? Arc, no gap. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 1. I know this isn't when these kind of high counts on a stream is boring, boring to watch. So I hope, recommend that you're actually doing the exercise because you're gonna get bored just watching me do it. You know, this is actually kind of hard when you go slow. I know I could do about 60 or 70 crunches, but when you go slow and really focus on the form, and keep in mind it's more than just up. It's up, or you're actually kind of doing the crunch, or do you call it the scapula, like a scapula push-up, where you arc your back because you're actually trying to build. This actually helps. That helps with both your chest and your scapula muscles as well. I think I did about 35, and I did feel it. My thought is if I'm starting to sweat, I'm feeling it. 35 is a good number if you're sweating. All right, so we're back to the top. These are supposed to be, like I said, 30-second breaks in between. I'm trying to keep them down as much as I can because, for one, I want to get to the second half. So yeah, this is I like this workout. For one, I've never done it. I've never done a calisthenics focused workout, um, and I all those things that these guys do. That's the kind of stuff I want to be able to do. Now I can bench. Well, before my shoulder got all wonked out, and last time I went a couple weeks ago, let's see, I can bench 210 about I don't know what was it, 10, 15 times. I don't know, but I've been a lot higher. My max is 275 or something like that. And but even in all that, I didn't have a lot of great. I see people doing squats and they're doing, they're coming down and they're way down deep. And I can't lift well, if you can't lift squat at that level. At best I'm 90 degrees. And this is at best for me. I can't do a lot of weight. And I've never been super strong in squats. I can maybe do, I think at my best, maybe 275. Now for squats that's not great. Um, and it was not deep squats. They were, here, that's it. And I put that bar on, and I just don't. I've also strained my back a couple times, so I'm all paranoid with squats. So I'm trying to build up the strength. I cannot do a one-legged squat at all. I can do deep squats here, and that's what this is going to teach me. Do these, and eventually turn this, this bit, into doing the same thing with this leg, which I can only go down about halfway. Yeah, that's it. So I'm pretty weak. And that means I don't have all of those full length muscle stability things going. And so I'm doing the calisthenics thing. This is what we're going to see if this can actually make me better. We're back at the top. Let's do this. Pike holds. Now, if I do pike holds up here, where you can see me, um, my chair is pretty low, and I'm not. I don't get that same pike height. Would it be? Would it be visible here? Probably not. I'm thinking that camera's still going to be too high, but we'll try it. Let's see. Let's get to work talking. That's one thing you'll know about me is I can get caught up in talking, and I don't. That's not good. Let's see if putting this right here will put me in the camera more. We'll see. Alexa, start stopwatch.
Okay, stopwatch started.
Ugh. I feel like I'm angled till still. Ugh. Getting myself straight down bits kind of hard. This is actually very difficult. I'm shaking, man. Ooh.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop stopwatch.
Okay, stopped at 1 minute and 1 second.
All right, it says 1 minute, 1 second, but I lost a few seconds in the actual stopping, so probably about 57 seconds again. But man, freaking A, that's hard. And considering it's supposed to be what, 50 to 80, I'm not even. Yeah, I'm at the lower end of the range there. I mean, I guess I'm in. At least I'm in the range, right? Holy moly. Okay. So for my next trick, let's do the inverted rows, or what do they call it, body rows. That's rough. Rough stuff, man. Okay, so I know I can get more than 30 seconds in my breaks here. These are 2 counts. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 17, 1. All right, I was losing it on that last one. My form is dying, so we'll say 22. Whew. All right, 22. Hey, that's one up. Woohoo! New record. Goal is 25, and then hopefully someday more, and then I have to figure out ways to make it harder. So once you can do the maximum, of any particular thing, you definitely want to go up in difficulty. The goal is to land at your max between those ranges. Um, if, say for example, if you're doing them at the level I was doing them, and you can't get to 15, then you want to raise the angle. So there's other ways to do it. My bar is not great for that, but if you could get some, uh, what does he use? I think he uses like rings. I don't know how you're going to do that. If you don't have a crossbar of some kind that's higher than this, this is as high. This is as high as this goes for me. And I just got these. I'm actually going to be buying rings to stick on this, which I can jam into the wall, and then I can extend them out and do wider range stuff. So I'll be able to do more with them once I get that going. But if you've got something that's better, you can change your rows. You need some kind of a gravitational thing. Obviously, if you can get it to the point where you can do them as much as like from right here, right? So you're just leaning back and pulling yourself forward, and you just slowly drop and extend as it gets easier, as you get more and more capable. So just keep in mind that there's always ways to make it easier until you can get into that 15 to 25 range. Find that zone. And remember, it's always about max. If you don't push, I always, my thought is, if you're not hitting your max, you're not challenging your body right. I've never felt like people will do like 3 sets of 10 of something. But the first time they did it, they could have done 12 or 13 without problem. I'm talking about max is usually within 1 or 2 for the purposes of exercise. max is within 1 or 2 of actual max. Because actual max, you start losing form and things get dangerous, and don't do that. But in other words, you could probably, max is, to me, max is that which the most you can do properly without starting to do stuff that's dangerous. So this is a 20. This vest is set at 20 pounds. I'm hoping this will reduce my quantities for this exercise. Now I run a lot, so I don't have a lot of strength in my legs as far as total, but I've got a lot of endurance in the muscles. So this is why I can do high reps of a lot of stuff at lighter weights, but I can't really lift heavy weights. Like I've run multiple marathons and half marathons, and I go out and run warm-ups of 5 miles a few times a week. I bike. I don't bike that far, but I'll do 10 or 15 miles in an hour. Anybody have any idea how many I've done? I think I've 12, 13, 14. I don't remember what leg I started with at 15. 16, 17. 21, 22, 23. 40 even with the vest. Still too much, but it was more challenging than doing it without a vest. So that's good. I can always add a couple more weights. That goes up to 36. It's currently only a set at 20. Oof. All right, we're back to this. So this is the end of day 1 of the Cali week. If I have time here, if I keep my butt moving here, I'm going to try and do day 2. Cali move. Again, so these are the workouts. If you want to do them, they're good. And if you're just starting out, just do the basics. Just get through the workouts. I'm going to try and do all of these. I'm going to try and stream them all, but we'll see how good I am at keeping that up. Now, again, there's this, which is just bringing my body up, shoulders up. Then there's this, which is totally extending up. This is going to help work a little bit into the chest and shoulders, as well as a little bit more of the back, as well as, of course, your core. The up, and by going higher, you're actually getting more of the upper abs as well as the muscles that are more of the lower abs. Because when you first come up, it's just hitting the upper. And if you go up higher, you're hitting the lower as well. You're always going to be hitting the upper because you're bringing your shoulders up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18, 19. I'm good with 30. I'll make excuses and say I did some abs yesterday. I did. I didn't do the Cali workout yesterday. It was just one of my own free form home get stuff done kind of workouts. So I did 35 the first time. Oops. I probably could have pushed to 35. That's the problem. That's the trick. Don't get caught up like me sometimes where I'm like, I'm tired. There's a difference between tired and maxing out. You gotta know, you've got to start learning your body and understand that tired does not always mean maxed. Sometimes you're just exhausted, but you really do have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 more reps. Sometimes I'll keep going and I'm like, dang it, I can do another one. Damn, just keep going. And then eventually you're like, oh, okay, I can't do anymore. And that's when you stop. Oh, all right, good. I'm glad to hear that angle's a little better. So I'll try and do those from there. Okay, so that's part one. How much time have I got? I've got time. Let's go ahead and start the second part. I'm going to go ahead and put up what I'm doing here. Get a quick swig of my drink, and I'll show you what the next part of this workout is. Let's grab my phone so I can log this. All right. So the next part of the workout is we'll be doing incline push-ups. Again, this is the beginner zone, so what's going to happen is as you're doing incline, they're doing 2 counts. They're not singular counts. 1, 2 up, 1, 2 down, 1, 2 up. And these are, think of them closer to tricep push-ups. They're not actual straight push-ups, and you're doing scapula push-ups. What I mean by scapula means you're not just coming up, you're arcing your back. You're getting that extra push back, so your back gets involved in it. And you'll find that that's actually a lot more difficult. Uh, an incline bench push-up, again, this is based on the difficulty levels of your skill. So there's ways to get it harder. There's lower the incline, which puts more and more of your body on your arms. And then eventually, you might even start you'll be flat ground, and then maybe eventually you'll have your feet even on a bench, where you start put even more weight. And this is where you start getting into being able to do things like handstands and stuff because you're doing more and more and more. Now, keep in mind, if you get too much of an angle, you're no longer doing chest or lower chest. You're doing upper chest and eventually even shoulders, but you're still trying to build that overall strength here. So let me get a quick shot of what this is, and we will get started on the next round. All right, so this is also 2 sets, 30 seconds through, or 30-second breaks in between. I believe we're doing, well, I call them bench push-ups on here. It's the same thing. Let's see. This one has easy bridge, which is basically the hip thrust. I'm just changing the order to set this correctly. Then we have the nice deep squat. And then we have plank holds. So lateral lunge isn't in this one. So I can take that out. Oops. Dang it, stop it. It's not. All right, whatever. I'm not going to worry about it. So it's only 4 exercises. I am going to link these all together. You'll see I have barbell lunge and horse stance. Those are things that we did during the test week. Obviously, you can see we're only doing 4 exercises on this one. So, and then we're going to add this, which should set them all to 2. And now we're on to the bench press. Bench press is again going to be one of those. It's a little difficult to do at an angle. I'm going to set up. I'll just do a chair. Yeah, I'll just do a chair. That's high enough. I'd almost be willing to just do flat ground. Again, it's all about changing the difficulty to work best for you. You're just trying to build your strength. So if you can do a chair, that's great. If it's too much, you can put maybe a box on the chair to raise you up even higher. Even go as high as if you really need to. I mean, you can do these from right here, right? So where you push in and you're just kind of coming up and you push back, right? So there's a lot of ways you can try to do push-ups here. I can do it here, but I don't have that. So strong, fairly decent angles, but that's not steep enough for me. So I'm going to go back to the chair. I do have a bench, but I don't want to get it out because it takes longer to get my bench out. Let's go here. And I'll show you. I don't want the feet of this thing drilling into my mat. All right. So it's straight body, shoulders down. You don't want to be crunching up doing this. That's not what you want. You want to extend your neck, extend your shoulders, put them flat back. And so you're doing basically what comes to a tricep push-up. So you're bringing them down and then up. You can even flip it around if you want to higher the angle, like that, and it'll work. I feel like this is going to make me hit my head, but maybe. One, two. See how this is the scapula part where you're arching up, you're bringing your back up, you still have your head extended, and you still have your core tight the whole time. So I'm gonna use my bench on the next one. I don't like hitting my head on this thing. Um, you'll find that when you do the scapula part, they come a lot harder. It really does add a lot of exhaustion and a lot of fatigue, and I'm not exactly sure why. I mean, it is the back coming into play a little bit more, but it's a little weird. I don't know. Yeah, the only problem with that is it's not high enough. That's why I don't do the chair on the flat ground. I mean, I could, but I have a real. I think part of the problem is my flexibility, getting that sharp angle, so I'm straight down. I feel like the chair is too low, and I can't get my body straight down when the chair is too low. And I'm more concerned about getting that straight down position and my legs straight. And I don't know that I can do that with the chair too sharp down. So it's kind of a, dude, is that all I did? Dude, I did way less. I think it's that weird chair position. I'm gonna go use my bench next time. All right, so this is barbell hip thrust. It's not barbell hip thrust. This is just a standard hip thrust, or hip raise or bridge. They call them simple bridges. And why it's a simple bridge is because you're not actually, you're not like doing an arc or anything like that. He calls them easy bridge raise. And it is kind of easy, but it gets the job done, right? Now he has his hands back. I always thought it was hands in, and I think you have to have hands in order to do a full bridge. Eventually, you're doing a full bridge on this. I think he has that coming up too. But like I said, week 1, day 2, that's all I'm doing here. And this one's actually hard because this really stretches your shoulders. It's actually kind of difficult. See, look, this really puts a lot of. I don't even know how I'm supposed to. See. All right, well, he goes really straight. His shoulders. I don't know if maybe my shoulders are too narrow. I got to see if I can actually get one out. I've done these once, but I can barely go up high enough. I think if nothing else, this one stretches, and I think that's important. And he calls it working on your mobility, not on your elasticity. What that means is being able to static stretching versus mobility stretching. Mobility stretching is more practical, right? You can actually, means you can move better. Static stretching just means you're able to stretch. I think both have their place, but mobility stretching just kind of makes the muscles be able to do what they're doing in process. He calls these simple. This is actually really hard. And it's not even about lifting my hips at all. This is just all about the way my shoulders are not flexible enough for this. think I did 20. Ah, ah, ah. get, get the stretch, get the stretch back in my wrist here. So like, oh, they're screaming. All right, so I did 25 last time, but whatever. I think I only did, I don't know how many I did to be honest. I kind of was just focusing on doing until I couldn't do anymore, which is the goal, right? It's all about hitting the max. So I could have done more, I could have done less. I should focus on counts better, but just go until you can't do anymore and you know you're doing right. Ugh. So, okay, this is the one. This is the one I actually when I did this last week or no Tuesday. It was week one, but I did them on when did I do it? Do it Sunday? What is today? Wednesday? Oh, it was Monday. I did it. Okay. This is the one exercise that I got sore from on when I did this on Monday, and it's weird because right. So when you go down on this is a squat. You're just doing the straight squat. Like I said, the whole point here is to do the deep squat. So you're going down, trying to keep your back straight. Which, of course, if you go down and your back starts to curl, that means you're you're like me, and you don't have that flexibility yet, that mobility flexibility, mobile flexibility. The goal is to be able to come down like this and get the full back straight, and then push up. Um, my buns actually got sore doing this, and it was just body weight. And that's because I don't normally do full range. And it was weird because it was part of my glutes that I don't think I can remember the last time I was sore. If it was because I was sore overall, because I had been doing squats and other stuff, and my overall glutes were sore, and it was just sore, so I didn't notice. But this time, since I'm doing a light weight where my glutes up in this area are not feeling all that challenged, but down here they were feeling challenged. And as I did 25 or whatever it is I did, so the goal is to go down all the way like this. I'm even trying to go till I feel my leg touch my leg down below. I'm gonna stop at 30. Dang, I did 35 last time. Okay, I gotta stop being lazy. I had more. I know I did. That's proving to me that I'm not hitting my. I gotta put more mental effort in. Problem is when the counts get really high, I start going, I don't want to do any more. That's not good. That's why you add weight so that you don't feel like you have to go that high. Thank you. Thanks for confirming my day. At least one of the things too I've noticed is really when you do the deep squats, you get a lot more of the quads, and that's good too because I find that my quads are definitely a weak point as well. I think what it is my glutes for upper half are the strongest part of my legs, um, and maybe my hams a little bit, but my glutes they need work, and that's what I've got to get going here. Plank. Okay, so this is just a plank set time. I'm usually pretty good at plank, 50 to 80 seconds. Problem is I could probably go way longer than that and I get bored. I can do about 80 seconds is what? Not even a minute and a half. Pretty sure I can go way longer. Hmm. I don't know. What I do like to do when I'm doing these is like, I don't know, watch TV, listen to music. I need something to distract me so that I'm not actually getting bored and I don't confuse boredom with fatigue. Alexa, set stopwatch.
Okay, stopwatch started.
Let's change my angle so I can be so my form can be shown. So he does the guy Cali move guy. He's doing scapula again. He really focuses on his scaps when he's doing these kind of things, push up type things, push up position. So a normal a normal person who's not um, Mr. Calisthenic Master would probably be looking like this, where they're pretty straight, their whole body is just straight, head to ankles. You got a 90-degree angle going on your elbow. You're straight up here at the top, perpendicular to the floor. But if you are Mr. Calisthenics guy, you look more like this, where you're straight, but your scaps are being held nice and high. So you're more like you're straight from the top, from the mid of your back to your ankles. And your head might be a little lower simply because it didn't come up with your scaps. And this is quite a bit harder, of course, because now you're flexing a muscle that's not used to doing this. You also want to keep your core very tight, of course. Because if you start to lose it, you're going to start to sag. Now, there are variations of plank where you do stuff like you sag a little and you flex and you just keep bringing your core back up, or you're tipping, you do the hip thing. Just try to add some mobility intensity to the lift. Or you could just sit here and try to breathe it out. Like a pregnant woman just trying to breathe out those pains. Don't let her. If any woman who's gone through pregnancy will say, don't try to compare this to pregnancy. There's no way this is. Yes, it's probably not as painful as that. But you are still trying to breathe it out and just trying to focus on getting it done. See, at this point is when I'd say, I'm good. All right, I'm done. I'm good. Alexa, stopwatch. Stop.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Alexa, stop stopwatch.
Okay, stopped at 3 minutes and 2 seconds.
Ow. So she said 3 minutes and 2 seconds. I probably lost. We'll take 5 seconds off of that. What is 3 minutes? 180. So we'll say 175. Because I adjusted that once and then it took me a while to figure out how to make her stop. 175. I'm always trying to see if there's different ways to get her to take the same command so that I don't always have to remember the exact way to do it. All right, so that's first round. Let's give it a minute and I'll go through and do the second round and then I'll be ready to call it a day. Now, some would debate the whole benefit of being sore the next day. Now, it's not that I want to be crippled or I get up or the next day it's like walking is a pain but I kind of want to feel it. Every exercise I do, I'd like to feel a little achiness in muscles involved. Simply because that tells me I did something. I don't have to be so sore that going up the stairs I dread or I can't lift anything or whatever. But just having that little twinge of ache or pain tells me something happened. Now, of course, there's a difference between injury pain. You should know that in time as you work out and you get more fit. You're going to find that you can kind of tell the difference when something's not right versus something just being sore. So ultimately, you're trying to find that just being sore point. You need to know when you're injuring yourself too. Okay, so if you ever feel like a little twinge in a muscle or something's just a little off while you're working out, best thing to do is stop. Stop immediately. Don't try to push that last rep. Don't try to push the last 2 reps, whatever it is. Just stop. A lot of times, when you get that first niggling, you've begun the tear, you've begun the issue, but it's minor. If you can get out of that lift without causing any serious injury, you stop right there, and you might heal up in a couple of days, and you'll be good. Whatever it was turns out to be nothing. It might be sore the next day, and you'll know it's a little injured, but hopefully it's a small enough tear that you don't injure yourself long term. But if that tear begins and you push through the next 2 or 3 reps, you could do enough damage that you're going to be done for weeks, even if that soreness kicks in and you really realize what you've done. Uh, just learn to watch for all the little niggling, little weird muscle flexes and odd things in your body, and hopefully you can avoid serious injury. And just don't be stubborn. Stop your lift. Sometimes you can go do something else. I mean, you don't have to stop your workout. Just stop stressing that muscle directly. Go do the other things. Go from squatting to push-ups, or go from, even you can maybe go do some calves if you're working legs or leg extensions, which because all those things will probably avoid any strain that's on your back or in your glute or your quads or whatever. You're just trying to do a different muscle group, and you can focus on those. Let that muscle rest, and hopefully you'll be good. Ice it later. Give it some ibuprofen, and hopefully you'll be good. All right, next round. Let's do this. Uh, Bench push-ups. I'm actually going to do bench push-ups. We'll do it properly, or the way it says. So this just allows me to have a more comfortable hand position, and I just got to make sure I'm pushing down on my bench and not out. I don't want it to tip, so as long as I'm pushing down on my bench, I'm fine. 12. $20. I did 37, but that was a pretty good push. Now I do really and truly have an excuse on that one. Yesterday I did weights, chest. Uh, did a lot of max reps with barbell flies, incline flies, chest press, and incline chest press. And I did a bunch of sets of those. And every time I do them again, I do max. I was doing 100, I don't know, 35 reps at 100 pounds. So it was, my chest is a little tired. So, that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. All right, barbell. All right, we're back to hip thrust. Now, I don't really need this anymore because this is my second and last round through this stuff. This is actually the one that's hardest for me. Technically hardest. I don't know about muscularly hardest, but technically hardest. It definitely, my shoulders gonna, they like to yell at me about this one. Not like they're being injured, but like they're really being tested stretch wise, which is probably good because I have shoulder issues. So I'm hoping this is gonna help. That's another reason why I wanted to do this. I felt like if I could build all the muscles up that I need to around my shoulders, hopefully I'll have less shoulder clicking and stuff, because I've heard a lot that it has a lot to do with the muscles surrounding the shoulder. All right, here we go. Three. Ten. 22. Uh, my arms and shoulders are like locked in place. Oh, uh, 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 whew. Oddly enough, though, even after just doing those a few times, I feel like I'm getting more range. I don't know. I mean, I have to actually compare my first few to the last few every time, but I do feel like I'm gaining more range. Have you ever like done like a guitar lesson or a piano lesson where they have you doing all these like stretching out your fingers and stuff, or you're pushing out, and you find that it's really hard. You're like, how do they do this? Because you have to get like your finger range to cover all of the chords, and it's like, how do they stretch out? Or you're doing the the piano thing where you're pushing down on multiple keys and your fingers have to really spread out. But over time, you start doing it more and more, and it gets a little bit easier. You start finding that your fingers are more willing to do that naturally, and it doesn't hurt so much. But that's kind of like what a lot of these kind of exercises are. They're stretching you out. They're giving you that mobility, flexibility. All right, what have I got left? Deep squats. These are the these are the bread and butter ones. These are the ones I always think about as being the most important. Hey, Return, thanks for coming by, man. I know you have to go, you said, so have a good week. Have a good day. I have to be getting to work myself shortly. I've got 1 minute, so I'm gonna be a minute late to work because I got to do one set left and I'm all done. I'm gonna log in quickly to my work computer here and let it start getting itself up and ready to go. But I'll get my last set in. I'll get my last set in, and then I will be done as well. So uh, let's let's put this puppy on so I can reduce my count a little bit. Hopefully I won't have to do 35 or 30 or any other number that's more than I want to do. Hopefully this won't throw my balance off too much because it's got to weight front and back. So We'll stop there. 35. 35 with a 20-pound vest. That was definitely harder than the last thing. Okay. Oh shoot, I still have to do plank. Oh look, my computer's doing an update. I guess I can't log in. Darn. I thought I already did that update yesterday. Oh well. Updates, updates, updates. All right. Let's do this. See if I can get this done before my update completes. All right, Alexa, start stopwatch.
Okay, stopwatch started.
Okay, so that was challenging. Squats with that thing, and deep squats at that. I mean, like, we're talking full range, ultra deep, all the way to the ground bit. Plus, I was trying to keep my legs together, kind of like as though I was going to try to jump. You know, you keep your legs together so you get that lift for a jump. Checking my form here, I feel like I might have my butt a bit high. Now, this is supposed to be, what is it, 50 to 80 seconds? I can do 50 to 80 seconds. I did nearly 3 minutes last time. But this one won't be as long. Pretty sure. When you hold the scapula position, scapula raised, that's tiring. You notice my scapula keeps dropping. It's because I'm getting really fatigued here. Alexa, stop the stopwatch. Alexa, stop stopwatch.
Okay, start at 2 minutes and 14 seconds.
All right, so we'll take about 3 seconds off of that. So what is that, about 130 seconds? Definitely a drop from the last one, but I'll take it. I'll take it. How's a DC? Hey, look, my thing just finished. All right, not doing the lateral steps because that actually isn't part of the lift, part of the workout. If I can figure out how to remove them. It's supposed to be able to just slide them off, but as you can see, it doesn't seem to. See, can I just delete it from here? Nope. I'm supposed to be able to push down on these little buttons here to slide it off, but I can't. It won't go away. Oh, there it goes. Woohoo! Got it. All right, that's it. Merry Christmas. All done for today. Uh, so that's week 2, day 1 and 2. There's only 2 days in the week for phase 1. So today is Wednesday. Um, there's 2 sets. Starting week 3, there's actually 3 sets in every one. So I probably will stop trying to do uh, 2 days unless I have a lot of time. So maybe Friday I will do week 3, day 1, and we'll see where I'm at with that. Um, until then, stay fit, stay healthy. Goodbye.